Hey, what's
Always
happening?
good to see you again. Yeah.
Good to see you too.
Here at Gearfest. So
Yeah.
So it's cool. I wanted to bring you up here and maybe show you some new things that are coming down the road a little bit. So,
This was a nice surprise.
First look, sneak under the, peek under the curtain.
Simplicity. I've been feeling it these days, like the less complicated the better. And 4 new pedals. So, okay, so we, let's check them out.
You want to start with the 1176?
Yeah, why don't we?
Okay, so 1176, was invented by Bill Putnam, the, the founder of the current UA, the original founder of UA.
Yeah.
Who invented that, back in the 60s.
The classic compressor.
The one used on like every record you've ever listened to, right? It's just, just ubiquitous.
Yeah.
So this is the 1176 in pedal format, mono in, mono out, just simple. Knobs, you've got tack release, ratio, it's got the famous all buttons mode, which was used a lot.
Yeah.
And you've just got, it's 2 FET amps. So the beauty of an 1176 is it's 2 FET amps and the compressor, you drive into it, and then you've got the gain on the output side. So this just does that. Historically there were some great records made, Led Zeppelin, where they would take 2 1176s, put them in serial,
right,
and record into a console. So that middle mode is that Led Zeppelin sound, that classic, you've heard the records, right?
Yes.
So it's 2 1176s in series.
And then there was another classic guitar sound created that way, right?
About that same time was the Lowell George of Little Feat.
Right.
They used to call it the hot press,
right,
and it was, just 2 there, but it's that super sustain. It's the sustain preset here.
How do you get a slide guitar to sound just like epically sustaining and still be basically clean, right? Yeah.
That's how you do it.
yeah. Okay.
So there, and then the last feature there is a parallel switch on the back.
Oh, okay.
Which allows you to kind of mix in some of the dry. So it's just an on-off. You can turn it on or off. But then if you want to mix in some of the dry along with the compressed signal.
Right, basically a mix.
And then the other switch is a true bypass or buffered bypass.
Okay. Well, where should we start with the setting, with the switch, if it's all the way to
Start with single, yeah. All the way towards you is just the plain 1176.
Okay. We're getting some pretty good drive.
So as you turn that output, it drives into the Dream, so it makes a nice overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
Just those FET amps are pushing into that is nice.
And right away I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's got the input and the output of the big knobs at the top. It's like kind of like just like on the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. And do the 10 and 2 on the attack and release. That's your classic, Dr. Pepper setting, right? You had the 10 and 2, 4-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
So attack at 10, release at 2.
So that's a great place to start. That's a nice transparent,
Yep.
Just adding a little bit of squish to the sound. So if we push into it even a little bit harder. Man, that sounds killer, yeah. Really good.
Turn the attack and release all the way up, which would be the fastest settings.
Okay.
And then flip the ratio up to the all section, all buttons in section.
Is that all the way up?
It's like, yeah, so this will give you kind of a super squishy. All buttons.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a great sound. I mean, the drive is really cool. So for your more natural, you want to keep the pick attack, you slow the attack down, which is lower on this. The higher you go, you get the way more limited and squish. Here, even as I slow it down, then it just, it opens up and lets more of the, So shall we try some of the other switch settings?
Sure. Let's go to that middle section.
Ooh, yeah, now we're getting, we're getting this is like a grind pedal on top of a compressor, yeah. So is this the Jimmy Page? Right, so. It's like so compressed now, right? It's like. Keep in mind that this is like a basically straight up clean sound, right? So. Make your clean Fender sound like way more fun and squishy and easy under the fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's try the, I don't have a slide here, but we'll go to the. Yeah, you can imagine how with a slide this just sings in front of a clean amp, right? I mean.
It's sort of based on that recording technique that was used with Lil George used. Yeah, switch that ratio back down to 4:1 or whatever. I think we got it at all, which is.
Yeah.
The Orion, tape delay.
EP3 sound. Okay. So yeah, when you hear it ring out, you can definitely hear the modulation. Ooh, I love that. That sounds really good. On the switch here, we've got a tape. I see. So a worn or brand new tape.
Right. We've got brand new, freshly opened, tapes.
Right.
We've got ones that have been used for a bit, and then we've got ones that have been used for a lot, and they're, maybe just a little out of spec. The machine's not set up as well. So.
Good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we check out the Heavenly?
Yep, Heavenly is a plate. It's kind of the EMT 140, plate design. So there's actually 3 different plates. Plates are these big giant sheets of aluminum, and each one is unique.
Yeah,
So
for those that don't know, a plate reverb, it's like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a giant plate.
Exactly.
Right? And then you needed a big room for them. Not as big as a chamber in a studio, but...
No, but they were big giant sheets of aluminum with transducers on either side. So.
Yeah, yeah. So what's the difference between A, B, and C on the switch here?
These are actually based on ones that are at the record plant in Sausalito.
Oh, okay.
3 different physical ones, and each one just has its own unique character to them. C has some upgraded electronics and stuff that was part of a specific plate, but each one just kind of says its own vibe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Check it out.
And other than that, they're pretty simple. Yeah. There's a switch on the back for modulation.
Okay.
So you can do faster, slow modulation on the mod knob down there.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we got 3 controls here. I see pre-delay, EQ, mod, right? So I like lots of mod on my reverb.
There
So I
you
like
go.
modulation in general. So
Yeah.
I just do, Oh, maybe that's fast mod. Got it. That's cool. The mod's pretty aggressive, so you can get pretty aggressively, chorused out if you want.
Exactly. As you with that knob, they kind of work together, and you can kind of dial in. It
Yep.
goes from subtle to definitely aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of real shimmery,
Yeah. I got it swimming in effect right now. I'll back it down a little bit. Fun. Okay. Blending in some of the Orion delay there. Let's try the Evermore.
Yeah. So this is the famous big studio delay, that was used on all the records we grew up listening to, in the 70s and 80s. The big, kind of that color big thing had the console.
The 224 with the sliders.
224, yeah, absolutely. So it's actually 3 different algorithms from that. There's the room, small hall, and large hall.
Okay.
And then what's interesting is it has the low, medium, high, but those are actually the tails. So
Okay.
it's not an EQ, but you're actually blending the low, mid, and high tails.
Okay.
So you could create, you can roll off the low end, or you can add more, or you can kind of shape it.
Right, you can shape the tail of the verb.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so great sounding. I love that sound where it gets, it just shuts. That's so cool.
That's that room, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me try the middle.
Now the switch on the back of that one is pre-delay.
Oh.
So with the pre-delay on, you could get the initial tack to be dry, and then you get the bloom. So a lot of times guitar players like the initial tack, and then you want the bloom.
The bloom.
That's the other effect there, yeah.
Yeah, so you can get a little more definition even when you're using high, because so right now it's off. Turn it on. That little bit of echo on the top where you can.
Notes speak. You can have fairly wet sounds, but with that pre-delay, you can just get the individual notes to speak and not just get lost in the wash.
Yeah, because I got the mid, or I've got the mix kind of cranked right now.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'll pull down the bass a little. Maybe turn up the
That can
mid.
actually be kind of a cool effect to pull the bass out, you know. Album ready sounds right out off your pedal board, you know.
Yeah.
So they're all just simple, mono in, mono out. No, nothing, you know, no Bluetooth or any fancy apps or whatever. It's just
No Bluetooth, no
knobs,
fancy
right?
apps. There's
You
no
know, other
iPhone
pedals-
app.
Right, yeah, other pedals have all the, you know, whatever fixings. That this is just simple.
And what do they kind of sort of retail for, or approximately? Like
So the 1176 is $199. And
Okay.
the other three, yeah, it's $199. The other three are $219.
$219.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Awesome tools. Well, thanks for showing me these. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for checking them out.
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Good.
been fun.
A little first impression. Never seen these before, so it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thanks. See you guys.